Hello and welcome to PSM Speak. The elections to Lok Sabha 2024 elections are round the corner. They are going to start in the mid-April, and we notice the freebies, promises galore. The political parties are competing with one another to be more generous, to be more than the opponents. And here, an epic story comes to our mind on the generosity of the political parties. Immediately after the Mahabharata war, the great war of Mahabharata, Lord Krishna wanted to see how Yudhishthira, Dharmaraja was conducting himself. And he goes to Hastinapura, asks Yudhishthira, "Hey Dharmanandana, you are known for kindness, piety, no question in the world, but yet I want to see it for myself. How are you conducting with the people? How are your people? How is your role?" Dharmanandana was very happy. He wanted to list whatever he was doing, and one thing prominently he told Lord Krishna was, "Hey Bhagwan, I am feeding the hungry, poor, about 1,000 persons a day before I myself eating my lunch." Lord Krishna was surprised. Every day? 1,000? Yes, sometimes more. Yudhishthira was so happy and so gloatingly, he was so proud that he was meeting the expectation of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Could be, he is doing this. Then Lord Krishna smiled and said that King Mahabali, I hear about him, he is also doing great things. And shall we go? His kingdom is not far away from here, and see what he is doing. Dharmanandana readily agreed. Both set out to Mahabali's kingdom. Before they entered Mahabali's kingdom, Mahabali was seen on the border itself. It was around 12 or so lunchtime, and he was there. And he welcomed both Krishna and Yudhishthira. They were surprised. "Hey King Mahabali, why are you here at this time instead of having your lunch and on the border?" And then he said, "I am looking for some guests. My goal is to feed at least 10 persons every day. Before I eat my lunch myself, 10 hungry, those who need food." Then Krishna asked him, "Are you able to do that? Only 10? Oh, Krishna, he was so disappointed, Mahabali. "That is not possible. That hasn't been possible to me. I am not even able to feed at least one person in 6 months. When that was not possible in my kingdom, I started on and off coming here on the border and to see if I can find one or two at least in the neighboring country. Today you have come, I am really fortunate that let's go and dine together." They set out to the palace of Mahabali. En route, Krishna asked, "Why people are not obliging you? Why are they accepting your request to come and dine with you? Don't they respect you?" "No, Krishna, it's not the question of disrespect. I want to feed the poor and hungry. And in my country, unlike the previous times when I was not the king, there is no poor person. There is not a single soul looking for food. How come has this happened?" both Krishna and Dharmanandana asked. "Because everybody got some or the other job. I have ensured employment. I involve them in the progress of this country, and everybody is working. Everybody is making a lot of money. They have wealth. They have surplus. They don't need to accept any doles. In fact, they are always in readiness to contribute to the exchequer for the welfare and development of the country. Then Krishna smiled and looked at Dharmanandana. And no explanation was now needed to Yudhishthira. And I don't think we too need why Dharmanandana is able to feed 1,000 persons every day, hungry and poor, those who do not have food, and why not Mahabali. So let us come back to our situation, our politician, our country, the doles. The doles they have been giving, and as he said that they are competing with one another, and variety of freebies, not only food grains, they give computers, laptops, bicycles, whatnot. But what is required? Taking the example of Mahabali, give them employment. Give them freebies, all right, because there are people who are hungry. There are unemployed persons in the country. There is malnutrition. There is child mortality. Education system is bad. Health care is very bad. The government needs to support the people and give all these freebies and more. But what people actually need is freebies plus. What is that? Create a situation where people won't be requiring freebies. Reduce the need for freebies, which is possible not with the simple growth. The goal at times is $5 trillion worth Indian economy. Already it is close to $4 trillion worth. And the other day we have seen the report that in due course India is going to become $7 trillion economy. Good. There should be growth. But that growth should be such that it should generate employment. Growth with employment. Growth with distributional justice. That is growth with equity. Growth with justice. Growth with social justice. And the government should provide for the health. We have seen how poor the healthcare system was. Lack of preparedness when there was COVID in the country, and how poor is our educational system. So the government should ensure health, education, food, and at the same time employment. And the government needs to ensure, the country needs mass production of goods and services to the people. And that mass production should be through involving the masses. Mass production and production by masses. And the production of the goods that are required for mass consumption, useful for the masses of people. This requires a strategy. This requires a planning. This requires an immediate planning to meet the immediate needs of the people, the poor, the unemployed, the farmers, and the persons in different sectors of the economy in the country, and then their development. A medium-term strategy and a long-term strategy. A perspective planning which considerably reduces the need for the longing of the people for the kind of freebies the government is giving. So to be very clear, I am not suggesting that withdraw the freebies. Give the freebies all right, because the conditions demand them now, and come out with a strategy to reduce their need to tell it at the cost of reputation. Thank you so much for so patiently watching this video. Please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already. Subscription, as you know, is free, but it would greatly help me to get to you more videos of this type. Thank you very much. Thank you.